The world of physical attraction is often misunderstood as a game of mechanics, but in the realm of deep female psychology, it is a game of sensory trust and neurological patience. Most men fail in the bedroom not because they lack effort, but because they lack the ability to read the unspoken biological signals of a woman's body. They rush to the finish line, ignoring the delicate psychological buildup that is required for a woman to truly open up. Research tells us that nearly 80% of women cannot reach fulfillment through standard penetration alone. This is not a flaw in their biology. It is a roadmap to their desire. It means that the path to a woman's deepest pleasure is through the art of oral and manual stimulation, a territory where most men are lost without a compass. Today, we are decoding the ultimate secrets of intimate satisfaction. We are moving beyond the surface to explore the 5 psychological and physical pillars that will transform you from an average lover into a master of intimacy. If you master these techniques, you won't just give her a night to remember. You will create a neurological bond that makes you unforgettable. Pay close attention to the final secret because it is the one technique that resets the entire power dynamic of attraction. The first pillar of this masterclass is the art of the psychological tease. In the masculine mind, the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. But in the feminine mind, pleasure is found in the detour. Most men make the catastrophic mistake of going directly for the center of her pleasure before she is neurologically ready. This causes a sensory overload that can lead to discomfort or even pain. You must understand that attraction is like a slow-burning fire. If you throw too much fuel too fast, you extinguish the flame. Your first objective is to touch every single part of her body except the primary destination. Use the pads of your fingers to explore the sensitivity of her inner thighs, the curve of her waist, and the heat of her pubic mound. You are building a psychological tension that forces her mind to crave what you are withholding. When she begins to move her hips and her breathing shifts into a rhythmic pace, she is giving you the silent signal that her nervous system is fully engorged and ready. This buildup is where the real connection is forged. It is the phase where you prove that you are not there just to satisfy your own needs, but that you are a student of her body's unique language. The second pillar involves the removal of the ego and the introduction of verbal calibration. Even though you are mastering these deep secrets, every woman is a unique psychological landscape. What works for one may be too intense for another. The hallmark of a high-value lover is the ability to ask for directions without losing his masculine authority. Once she is warmed up and the blood flow has reached its peak, you must ask her what she truly desires. Ask her to show you the specific rhythm she uses when she is alone. This is not a sign of weakness. It is an act of deep intimacy. When a woman shows you how she touches herself, she is sharing her most private secret. This creates a feedback loop of trust that allows her to let go of her inhibitions. Some women require a feather-light touch, a sensation so subtle it barely registers on the skin, while others require a more direct and firm pressure. By checking your ego at the door and becoming a collaborative partner in her pleasure, you unlock a level of fulfillment that most men will never witness. The third pillar is the mastery of consistency and rhythmic pressure. The female nervous system is highly sensitive to changes in pattern. Once you find a rhythm that causes her to lose herself, you must stay there with the precision of a clock. Many men make the mistake of speeding up the moment they feel she is getting close. They think that more speed equals more pleasure, but in reality, a sudden change in tempo can act as a pattern interrupt that resets her progress back to zero. You must maintain the exact same stroke, the same pressure, and the same intensity until the very end. Think of your tongue not as a sharp instrument, but as a broad, flat tool of sensory input. Long, rhythmic strokes that cover the entire area of her sensitivity will always outperform erratic, fast movements. Consistency is the language of reliability, and when her body realizes you aren't going to break the rhythm, it finally grants her permission to cross the threshold into total surrender. The fourth pillar is the expression of enthusiastic desire. There is a deep psychological need for a woman to feel that she is a source of pleasure for you. If you are silent and mechanical, she will feel like a project rather than a partner. You must communicate your own pleasure. Let her hear your breath hitch. Let her hear your moans of satisfaction. Tell her how incredible she tastes and how much her body turns you on. When you express your genuine desire, you create a safe psychological container for her to express hers. This is the mirroring effect. If you show her that you're lost in the moment, she will feel safe to lose herself as well. Enthusiasm is the ultimate aphrodisiac because it validates her femininity and turns the physical act into a spiritual exchange of energy. The fifth and final pillar, the secret that changes everything, is the concept of the double blended synergy. This is where you combine multiple layers of stimulation to overwhelm her nervous system in the best way possible. While you are maintaining that consistent rhythmic pressure with your tongue, you must simultaneously introduce internal stimulation. Using the come hither motion with your fingers to target her internal sensory points creates a crossfire of pleasure that her brain cannot ignore. This dual track stimulation is the key to unlocking the rarest forms of fulfillment, including the squirting orgasm. By engaging the nipples with your other hand at the same time, you are lighting up every primary pleasure center in her brain at once. This is the pinnacle of physical connection. It is the moment where time disappears and the only thing that exists is the intense, electric energy between the two of you. Mastering these secrets is not just about becoming a better lover, it is about becoming a man who truly understands the depth of feminine energy. When you approach intimacy with this level of patience, precision, and presence, you transcend the physical. You become a man who can read the unspoken needs of a woman, and in doing so, you build a foundation of respect and attraction that can never be broken. Remember, the greatest pleasure is not found in the act itself, but in the trust that allows the act to happen. Take these secrets, apply them with care, and watch as your connections transform from mediocre to legendary. You possess the code. Now it is time to use it. This is the journey of the deep secrets, and your evolution begins now. Stay grounded, stay observant, and always honor the silence that follows the storm.